Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When you go out on a first date with somebody, you never know if there's somebody else with you on that date.
What?
There could be somebody watching the entire time.
Wait, someone that's not actually on the date with you?
Or they could technically kind of be on the date.
I don't get it.
Now that you're thoroughly confused, let's talk to Taryn, who was on a date that she wasn't really invited to.
What?
Still don't get
It'll make sense. Taryn, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Oh my God, Taryn, you just sound like a stalker right now.
Really?
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, that's what all stalkers say.
This might actually be the first time we're doing a second date update like this, Taryn. I'll go ahead and let you tell the story. So what do you want to do today with a second date update?
So I'm a waitress at an Italian restaurant, and I was serving a guy who was on a date with someone else. But throughout the course of it, he is really, really nice. He was very sweet and, like, cool, calm, collected. And she was like a wannabe Kardashian. She was really rude. She was rude to me. She was snobby to him and everyone else around. And I'm kind of interested in him.
Oh my God.
See? So
Wait,
you kind of
hold
were
up.
on the date. Like, you never think about that, but your server is actually on your date, too. They're experiencing some things with you.
Oh, true.
I just got to kind of experience their whole date. And I saw how everything was happening and just watching it happen between them.
Wait, can you give us some of the highlights of their date before we move on to you getting a date with him?
Honestly, I felt bad for him because he was being very nice to her and he was being very calm with her while she would just go on and on about herself. Anytime I came by or even walked by, she was talking about herself, talking about how amazing she is, talking about the men that she has, like, messaging her and texting her, and
That
it
is
sounded like
messed
she's
up.
trying to make him jealous. She even at one point said to him, she's like, I almost didn't go out with you. Like, I wasn't sure if you were good enough for me.
Whoa, she actually said that?
She said that?
Come on.
I'm serious.
And
What was his
Yeah,
reaction?
could you see his reaction?
He just kind of chuckled, and he was like, oh, he's like, I hope you're having a good time. And she's like, oh, yeah, I totally am. And
Wait, are you sure, though, that he wasn't into it? Because although it's totally baffling to me, too, some guys like that.
I mean, I don't really know, but just reading his body language, you know how, like, you can see two people together and you're like, one person is totally not in this and they want
Yeah.
out. That's what I
Yeah.
kept getting the vibe of
Oh,
like,
my God.
he's trying to be really nice. He's not a bad guy and he doesn't want to just up and leave her, but he was also not into it.
God, this must
Really?
be one of the best things about being a waitress is being able to eavesdrop on everybody's dates. I mean, and get your own dates off of the whole thing, too. But,
I mean, it does kind of help. I mean, you get to meet a lot of people that way.
yeah.
I used to wait tables a lot, and I would love it when, like, you'd get a couple who was in an argument. It was so fun to experience the awkwardness of going up to their table. I know they weren't in an argument, but still, she was being pretty crappy to him, it sounds like.
Yeah, she just talked about herself the whole time. She's very, extremely high maintenance and selfish.
Did you have any interaction with him?
I did. She at one point got up to go to the bathroom, so I kind of saw that as my moment to kind of go in and just make sure, you know, I wasn't being creepy of like, hey, how are things going? Like with her, it was, you know, is everything okay? How's dinner? You know, any drinks? And just kind of letting him know that I was, you know, there, supportive, trying to be low-key about it.
Okay.
All right. And did he seem interested?
I don't know, you know, I just didn't want to do anything to jeopardize my job.
Of course.
Like, tell her off and be like, you get out of here.
You stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is a sweet man, and you're being an a-hole.
That'd be so amazing.
That would be awesome,
I've told my
actually.
manager.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I just told my manager you have to leave. How did you get his phone number?
Well, the restaurant I work in is more of a classier restaurant, so you do need to make reservations. So his number was in the reservations book.
Okay, now, wait, I'm
wait
going to
a
stop
minute.
you because now you're the one that's being a little sketchy.
Well, no, I'm not asking him to go out. I just want to know if he's even interested.
Do you think he'll even remember you?
Well, that's where I'm kind of hoping you guys can help me out to see if he does.
Yeah. We'll probably have to jog his memory with the actual date he was on. So other than a wannabe Kardashian, how could I describe her when we call him?
I mean, she's really high maintenance. She had her makeup super, super done. Her hair
Okay,
was
but he might not think that, because he was on a date with her. So what, like just color hair?
Bio.
Yeah, something real quick so I could be like, hey,
She
you
was a
went on a
real
date with
jerk.
this person. Do you remember?
She was short for sure.
Okay.
She had long blonde hair, but it wasn't all real. She obviously had extensions.
Okay.
The color didn't match perfectly, but it was blonde.
All right.
She had like a really tight green dress, but it didn't fit the restaurant. It was kind of tacky. It was a little trashy looking.
Okay.
Like,
So I'm going to say, hey, do you remember going out with a chick with really bad extensions and a tacky green dress at an Italian restaurant? He might remember that, actually.
I think it's a better description.
Did he say anything to you when he left? Like, you guys flirt at all?
I'm not really sure. Like, I thanked them. I told them to have a great night, and he was like, thank you. You too. Thanks so much. So it was, he made eye contact with me. Not everyone does that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe
This is-
he's into you.
I know that this isn't the traditional way of doing things, but I figure give it a shot. Why not?
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and see if we can get you a date in sort of a second date update.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we'll do it next time.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, today's second date update is a little different. Taryn is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude. I don't do we even know his... Hey, Taryn, do we
that's
even
a good
know his
point.
name?
Yeah, it's Steve. It was in the book.
Okay, Steve. So his name's Steve. Taryn was actually the waitress when Steve was on a date with another girl, and Taryn witnessed the other girl being kind of terrible to Steve. So after they left, she actually got his number from the reservation book and wants to call him and ask him out herself. So it's sort of a second date update since she was kind of on their date because she was the waitress, but not really. So this is going to be an interesting phone call for Steve. And do you want us to focus on the girl he was with, or do you want us to just tell him that you waited on him and thought he was cute and want to ask him out?
I kind of want to just ignore that girl and get past her.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Now, what do you want us to say if he's totally creeped out that his waitress stole his number from the reservations book?
I feel like he's cool enough to just like go with it and kind of feel it out and see where it goes.
Yeah, you think that,
Oh.
but you don't know him. Like,
Yeah, it's like, where's your manager?
you didn't really
Yeah.
have any conversations together.
Well, I guess if it doesn't go well, then I can just lie and say he forgot something at the restaurant or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. we'll-
Produce an umbrella out of
yeah.
somewhere.
We'll see if we can figure out a lie for you if it doesn't work. But I'm going to call him right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Steve?
Yes, who's this?
Steve, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay. Sweet. You ever listen?
Sometimes.
You ever hear of a second date update before?
Not sure. Why are you calling me?
So we do a segment on our show. It's called the second date update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then they end up not calling you back after, you can email us and we'll get that person on the phone and ask what happened.
Okay. So you're calling about a date that I went on?
Yeah, you went out to an Italian place a little bit ago with a girl in a green dress, blonde girl, short.
Naomi?
I don't know if that's her name. I just was given the description. Is that her name? Naomi? That's who you went out with?
Yeah, that's her name, but I'm confused because we have another date lined up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Won't make sense to you. But she's not the one who wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Yeah, so why did we bring her up? I mean, this is weird. This is a weird one even for us.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't get what's happening.
So when you went out with that Naomi girl, your server actually noticed you and thought that you were really cute and wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Do you remember
wait,
her?
Do you remember her? That was a good laugh.
Kind of.
Okay, so you know who we're talking about, the woman who served you that night when you were out on that other date.
Yeah, I remember her.
What
Okay,
did you,
what'd you think of her?
She was professional. She was nice.
I don't think she was very professional.
I'm not getting
I
the
would argue
vibe,
with
though.
that. Did you think she was maybe cute?
I I think so. I don't really remember I was on a date, so I wasn't really paying attention to the...
Oh, you're one of those guys who pays attention to your date and isn't
Good
lusting after the
man.
waitress the whole time. Whatever.
Loser.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really get what the point of this is. Why are you asking me all these questions?
Well, I'll just tell you, okay? So, Taryn, that's the name of your waitress that night. She thought you were attractive, and she wanted to meet you.
Like outside of the restaurant.
Yeah, like romantically.
Okay.
And she's actually on the phone right now listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
She's on the phone now?
Hey, Steve. It's Taryn. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
This is weird.
I know it's super weird. I just wanted to get in contact with you. I wanted to reach out, so this is kind of the only way I could think of doing it.
Oh my God, awkward.
Do you remember me for real, or are you just saying that?
No, I remember you.
Okay. I just saw like the whole interaction between you and your date that night, and you just seemed like a really sweet and nice guy, and the way that she was acting just throughout the night seemed like her saying that she wasn't sure if you were good enough for her. I feel like you're way too good for her, and you deserve somebody who isn't completely high maintenance and into themselves 24/7.
Whoa.
Whoa, you were really paying attention, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was, you guys were one of my tables that I was taking care of, but it wasn't hard. I mean, you couldn't really ignore it. She was pretty loud about a lot of the things, especially when, like, her food came out, her pasta came out, and she sent it back twice because the first time it was too salty, and then the second time it wasn't salty enough. It's just, it's like she finds reasons to be difficult.
Maybe she has like a diet thing with the pasta. I mean, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I think she's just particular about certain things like that.
About certain things?
So wait, did you enjoy your date with Naomi, Steve?
Yeah, a lot.
Well, you said you had another date set up, right?
Yeah, we're hanging out next week.
Oh.
You're going out with her again after that whole debacle?
Debacle? I mean, it was a first date, so I thought it went pretty well. I mean, it's not going to be perfect for a first date.
I mean, okay, like I don't know you or anything, but just from what I saw and what I do know of that time is that you're really nice, and no one should be treated the way that she was treating you through that entire dinner. You deserve way better than that.
Well, thank you, but I think that you were just seeing it in a different way. She's a nice person. She is.
Really?
Yeah, Taryn, I thought you were going to stay away from talking about his date.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I mean, she in the middle of this whole thing yelled out at him, "Aren't you gay?" Like, what? What do you see in this person?
Whoa.
No, I mean, I dress really well. People make that mistake sometimes, so
So you're
nice, dude.
Yeah,
I wasn't offended.
she doesn't sound like she was very nice to you.
She's sassy. She's like a big personality. She's harmless.
She has a big personality. She's super into herself. Doesn't really care about anyone else around her unless they're giving her all of the attention. And I know that I'm maybe stepping over my boundaries here, but I feel like somebody's got to step in and be like, you got to wake up, man. Like, she is not right for you. She is not a good person, and you deserve so much more than that, like 100% more than that.
Thank you for saying that.
So wait, I'm confused. Does that ring true for you, Steve? Or is Taryn just coming off like she's attacking your date and being kind of crazy?
No, as I said, she has a big personality. I could see why someone would see that, but I'm kind of more of like a easygoing, laid-back kind of guy, so I'm kind of attracted to that in Naomi, I guess.
Oh.
So,
I mean, I can understand on some level of like opposites attract, but you don't need to be completely put down by the other person in order to have that and you be really nice. I really think that you're a nice, sweet guy. You're really attractive. I just don't understand what you see in someone like her who is completely selfish and into themselves only. And I wanted to do this super weird thing. I know it's like completely different, but I just wanted to give it a shot and see if you wanted to go out with me.
Yeah, Steve, would you like to go out with Taryn on a first date? It's kind of a second date because you didn't even know you were being watched while you were on your date. But would you like to go out with Taryn on a date? We'll pay for it.
I mean, I will say, if you're into big personalities, Taryn's obviously one too, because she called the radio station, stole your number, and here we are.
Hey, don't compare me to the other girl. We are nothing alike.
I'm just trying to help you. He likes the other girl, even though you don't, Taryn.
Well, I mean, we've only gone on one date. We're not exclusive or anything, so
Yeah.
I would be open to a first date.
Hey.
So yes,
Okay.
is that a yes?
I mean, as long as it's okay with her that I'm still going to be seeing Naomi, then I'm down.
Okay. Well, Taryn, now you have a battle on your hands. So you
Yeah.
want to see if you can win Steve's heart from Naomi.
How about we leave it at you go out on your date with her, and if you do so happen to change your mind, I'll leave my phone number with the station here, and you can call them and get my number.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Steve, if you go out with, the girl you were originally on a date with, Naomi, if you go out with her and she's a which is what Taryn says,
Yeah.
then you can call us and we'll give you Taryn's number and you can go out with Taryn.
Okay.
Steve, you know what? Go out with her one more time because I think that's all it's going to take for you to open your eyes and realize that she is not right for you.
Oh, okay. Confident.
All right.
Wow. All right. You are fiery, aren't you?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden
my
you're interested,
God.
Steve.
Hello,
Well,
Taryn.
Yeah.
we'll have Taryn's
Good
number
night,
here if you want to
Naomi.
call us, all right?
Okay. I'll see how this goes, I guess.
Okay, I'll be waiting for that phone call of you telling me, I told you so.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me.
Napa Know How.
Right now, you can get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail with the purchase of a Napa Legend Premium Battery. Its superior durability, capacity, and power make it the obvious choice for people who hate getting stranded by a dead car battery. So pretty much everyone. The Napa Legend Premium Battery and $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know How.
Napa Know How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer ends 2/28/18.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I always love it when I receive emails or even text messages in all caps. The email that we got about today's second date update was primarily in all caps and exclamation points everywhere.
Was it not from Kanye West?
No, it wasn't. It was from Anthony. Anthony, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. I expected him to be like, hey, what's up? How are you? From the way that your email was written.
Oh my God.
You were a very excitable guy, Anthony.
Oh yeah, I just think I blew it with this girl.
You sound like you're about to cry right now. Are you all right?
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit upset. I'm sorry.
Okay. Who is this girl, Anthony?
Her name is Trisha. She was a friend of a friend hooked, set us up on a date. It's been a long time since I've gone out on a date because I was in a relationship.
Anthony, are you crying?
I'm trying to get it together. I'm sorry.
Are you really crying?
And that's okay if he is, Jubal.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, he really likes this girl.
I like men who are comfortable crying.
Yeah, but you went.
Well-
Tell us about the girl,
You're
Anthony.
right.
She's just real sweet. She's got really beautiful hair. It smells great, and she's got a funny laugh. And she just seemed like a really nice person.
Okay. What'd you do on your date, Anthony?
I was afraid of doing anything too romantic and too forward, so I got ice cream and, looked at the water and had dinner. It was just a really nice, fun time.
I'm sorry that I judged you. I'm almost in tears right now.
Stop
That
it.
sounded like.
I think, Anthony, what people are curious about is, like, how can you get so attached to a woman that it makes you cry when you've only gone on one date with her?
Well, part of it's her, because she seemed like she really liked me. And then, like I said, I've not done this a lot. I dated my high school girlfriend since I was a freshman in high school, and then we were together until a year ago.
Okay.
So that's all you've had. You've
Wow.
had one serious girlfriend ever
So like 10 years?
Yeah.
and never dated.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, we need to.
That explains a little bit.
Yep, it does. So how did the date end between you guys?
Did you weep into her neck while she held you?
We just hugged because, I don't like to kiss on the first date because, I want to have like a nice memorable thing
Okay.
that everything else is built on.
Now, your email said you'd be really devastated if you never found out why.
Well, I mean, if I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, right? So it'd be nice if I could figure it out.
I know you're new to this, but it's one date, dude. You get blown off a lot in the dating world.
It's
Believe
true.
me.
Yeah, but she seemed to really like me, and she was so sweet, and she's got the best smelling hair ever.
Okay. You brought up the hair twice.
So you didn't freak out about her hair the whole time on the date, right? Because that could freak a girl out.
I didn't mention it.
Okay. It sounds like you were really, really into her hair.
Well, it's really pretty, and she looks like a shampoo commercial girl. It's great. I don't want this to sound weird or anything. I just really felt like a strong connection with her, and I just don't want to lose that.
Okay.
I don't think that comes along every day.
So, Anthony, little concerned about your emotional state. I just want to prepare you. Like, a lot of times when we get the other person on the phone, they can say some negative or maybe some unflattering things. Are you prepared for that?
I think I'll be okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. It's already upset.
This is
Wow.
going to end poorly.
Not to make you wait any longer, we're going to play a song.
Oh, no.
Come back and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You guys think Anthony's been huddled in a ball in the corner weeping
Yeah.
during that whole song?
Listening to a really sad song, like True Colors or something.
Anthony, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Oh, God, I feel so bad.
My heart was beating so fast in that last song. It was just...
If anybody's just tuning in for the second date update, Anthony called us about a girl named Trisha that he went out on a date with. The first person he's been out with in how long, Anthony?
Well, since my girlfriend and I broke up a year ago.
Okay.
And his first real adult date, period.
Yeah,
You've
because-
never dated before.
He met her in high school. They dated for a long time.
Can I give you some advice, Anthony?
Okay.
Anthony, are you for
Yeah.
real freaking out this much?
I just haven't dated a whole lot. I knew she was special. Everything about her was so right.
You gotta try to pull yourself together a little bit.
Pull yourself together, Anthony.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you? It is one date,
Whoa.
and this does not sound
Hey,
attractive.
he's
I am sorry.
emotional.
He needs a little tough love right now. Anthony, I want you to stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, and get ready to do this like a man.
Okay.
All
You never
right.
know. Anthony could have met the love of your life that night. This is very important, Anthony.
Okay, Jubal,
What?
we just went through a whole power him up thing.
I know, but I just want to let him know how important this thing is, and he should be very nervous.
Stop. No.
I am nervous.
I know, Anthony.
Anthony.
I know. You're an emotional dude. I get it. But put your phone on mute if you start to hyperventilate or cry.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Anthony, you still there?
I'm here.
All right, I just want to make sure you didn't pass out.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Trisha.
This is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
You recently went out with a friend of mine.
I did?
Yeah. His name is Anthony. You remember going out with a guy named Anthony?
I do. How is he? Wait. Okay, you're on the radio and he's your friend.
I'm on the radio, so I have lots of friends.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and Anthony happens to be one of them.
Okay.
And he said that he really enjoyed the date with you and thought that you guys were going to go out again, but you haven't called him back or responded to any of his messages or voicemails or any of that. So I wanted to call you and ask if he did something wrong on the date.
That's just weird that he's having you call for him, but he did have a really great time on the date. That's true.
He did? Did you not have a good time then?
I mean, I had a good time, but I think that Anthony had a really good time. Like,
Was he just too eager on the date?
well, it wasn't really on the date. It was afterwards.
What do you mean?
He tweeted like 5 times about our date within like 2 hours.
Oh.
So
What?
he went back after your date and just started tweeting about it?
Yeah, he was like, he tweeted "Lonely No More," most amazing date of my life.
Oh my God.
Points.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is horrible. What were you?
Well, wait, it gets better. It was like, is this what love really feels like?
God.
With exclamation points and question marks.
Are you scared at this point, Trisha?
I mean, yeah, especially, okay, how about this one? At last, my love has come. And he did, in parentheses, put Etta James.
No.
Oh, no. Really? He's quoting Etta James on his Twitter feed.
No.
Trisha,
Yeah.
I should also let you know that Anthony is currently on the other line right now listening to this conversation.
Are you serious?
Hi.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry if it creeped you out a little bit. I mean, I was just trying to make a really nice evening for you, and
This is so awkward. It's amazing.
Oh, my God.
I thought we were having fun.
Okay, well, the date was very nice. You took me out on a very nice date, and it was fun. But seriously, Anthony, you tweeted, "Oh, my God, freaking out. I think I hear church bells."
Oh, isn't that a romantic thing to say? I mean, isn't that what every
Yeah,
isn't
we
that
were
what every
together for like
girlfriend's about?
3
Is
years.
finding the right guy and getting together and living happily ever after.
Are you crying?
No.
Oh, my God, this is a joke, right? There's no way you're crying right now.
No.
I think he has allergies. I think that's what it is. Trisha, Anthony's an emotional guy.
Anthony needs therapy.
Amen. I am sorry.
Trisha, Anthony, let me help you out a little bit. Trisha, if you didn't know, Anthony just got out of a long relationship with his high school sweetheart. You're the first girl he's been on a date with since high school.
Dude, be single for a while. Seriously. There's so many great things about being single. Like, go experience life a little bit before you tie
by
yourself
myself?
into a relationship.
Yes, Anthony, it's okay to be single and experience things by yourself. It's actually a very fun time. You can do it.
Okay.
Anthony, you need to really, dating is hard and it's going to hurt. But you need to find some confidence, dude. What do you like about yourself?
I think I'm charming and I'm good looking. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Trish thought you were good looking, didn't you?
Yes, he's very attractive.
See, she thinks you're good looking.
Okay.
Now, Trish, if you could give one piece of advice to Anthony, what would it be?
Yeah, stop crying.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, the date was really sweet. And I think that maybe if he just, the charming part of it all was very nice. But the clinginess and the, just all of a sudden feeling like you were owned by, I mean, I don't know. He needs to baby step it. Baby step.
Okay.
That's good advice.
Anthony, you'd like to go out with Trisha again, right?
Yeah, I would very much.
Oh, look at
Do you
that.
think you can hold it together and not be too clingy?
Yes. I'll work on that. I'll be good at that.
At this point, I would like to ask you if you'd like to go on a second date with Anthony.
Hey.
Trisha, do you want to give him another shot? We will send you guys out. We'll pay for it if you go out with Anthony one more time.
I think I'd rather set him up with one of my friends.
A friend that you dislike or what?
If I go out with him again and this happens, then it is going to cost me something because now I'm going to be the mean girl. And I don't want to be the mean girl.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he needs a little bit more time to be single.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Sorry, Anthony, but you got your answer, and now you know.
Okay.
Maybe take some time to yourself, especially if you haven't dated in a while. The first girl that you go out with, you will fall for her because you'll think that she's awesome because she's something different than what you've been used to. Mm-hmm. But you need to kind of check your emotions a little bit.
You mean I should not share all of myself right away?
No, definitely don't. Wait till the third date for the crying, dude.
I was going to say the third year.
Okay, guys. Thanks for trying.
Do like everybody else and save the tears for the bedroom.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Seriously, Anthony, you tweeted, oh my God, freaking out. I think I hear church bells.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that a romantic thing to say? I mean, isn't that what every
Yes, we
isn't that
were
what every
together
girl
for like
dreams about?
3
Is
years.
finding the right guy and getting together and living happily ever after.
Are you crying?
No.
Text in at 78592 says, poor guy, he sounds like a sweetheart, but definitely not ready for dating.
Yeah.
Yet.
A little
Yeah.
unstable.
That was a clip from today's second date update. If you missed it, Anthony and Trisha went on a date. She wasn't calling him back. Why? Because when she got done with the date, she went home and saw that he was tweeting a bunch of things about how amazing it was and how basically what happened right there. And then he started to kind of cry and was very emotional. So
Well, the guy hasn't dated anyone since high school, man.
Yeah.
And I just have this feeling that his ex isn't sitting around crying. I bet she's maybe celebrating
yeah,
her newfound
Probably.
freedom,
she's
right?
probably doing okay.
Yeah.
And he's not okay with
No,
that.
he's not.
And I'm all for a guy crying. I'm an emotional
Absolutely.
guy. I cry all the time. But that was like something's a little off with him. He is like literally bawling after one date.
There's sometimes when you got to keep it together a little bit.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like that's time to cry in private after a first date.
And that's for both genders.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nobody should be
Good
crying
point.
on a first date. It doesn't matter if you're man, you're woman, who you're dating,
That's gonna
what's going on.
scare anybody away.
Yeah. I mean, unless someone dies. I think that's
Sure.
the only time it's okay to cry on the first date.
Yeah, no matter what. If you go out with someone and then after that they're tweeting about how it was the most amazing date experience and their heart is ready to love again and they're in tears and they can't do anything but think about you after a first date, that's probably going to scare you off.
So
But you know what?
overwhelming.
It doesn't scare everybody off because we just got a text in that says, "Oh, I'll go out with Anthony."
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They're into it. See, some
Yeah.
people might like that. They might both be this. They both be tweeting the same thing and both crying and calling each other and talking about how they've met the love of their life
Yeah.
after one dinner date.
And then I heard him on the second date, and then
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle it.
God,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're crying after one date, can you imagine the tears after the breakup?
Oh man, it'd be really tough.
Yeah.
So they decided not to go out again. Well, she decided not to go out with him again.
Yeah.
But he'll be all right
He- we-
eventually. Maybe with some therapy and
Yeah.
and something. He'll be okay. He'll get through this tough time in his life. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Now ADT can help protect your family at home and on the go. Get started with ADT's best offer, an ADT starter kit and security camera installed free. A savings of $449. Plus, you'll get ADT Go, the new family mobile safety app and service for 24/7 emergency response. Go to ADT.com/podcast today to take advantage of ADT's best offer with 36-month monitoring contract, easy pay and QSP. Early termination and activation fees apply. Additional charge for ADT Go premium services after 3/31/18. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com. Offer ends April 1st.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of times when you're out on a first date, you do something embarrassing. You embarrass yourself somehow. And then you never want to see that person again. Even if they like you, they call you, they try to get you on the phone. You're like, what happened on the date was just way too embarrassing. I remember I went on a date with this girl a long time ago, and we went out on the date, and we were there, and like there were people coming up and recognizing me from the radio. And we were leaving, and I gave like this homeless guy like $100 bill, and he cried about how it changed his life and all this stuff. And I was so embarrassed because she had just gone out with the perfect man, and I was like, there's no way I can continue this. I'm so embarrassed that she saw that stuff happen. I can't continue it. So she'd try to call me, and I'd I just would ignore her calls. I knew it was just going to ruin everything.
And I'm sure she also looked like, a supermodel as well, but you had to turn it down.
Yeah, and that was it. I felt like I was too attractive for her. All kinds of embarrassing stuff happened on that date. Well, James, who is on the phone with us right now, has an embarrassing story from his date, too. Maybe not as embarrassing as my thing.
Whoa.
But something happened on his date that is actually very embarrassing. Not for him, for the girl that he actually went out with.
Oh, no.
And that's why he thinks she's not calling him back. James, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So the problem on your date wasn't that you were too perfect, like I have.
No, not this time.
Okay.
Not this time.
So tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. Her name is Lauren.
Yep.
And where did you meet Lauren?
We got set up on a blind date.
Was it?
Oh.
Wow. Was it blind, or did you Google search her, find her on Facebook?
Completely blind.
Really?
All I knew
That's-
was the first name.
That is risky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And what did you guys decide to do when you went out?
Well, I didn't want to do anything, high pressure, high stakes. So we got in touch and we met for breakfast one day.
Okay.
And how did breakfast go? You guys enjoyed each other's company even though you hadn't seen each other or known anything about each other?
Yeah, I don't want to sound cliche or anything, but I mean, it was great. I mean, we had about an hour date and it just flew by. She was stunning. When she walked up for the first time, she was absolutely beautiful. So that, I guess that's a lot of the anxiety of a blind date was out the window.
What was her reaction to you? I mean, did you pick up on anything? Did she seem similarly, satisfied?
Yeah, I mean, we were joking around by the end of it, like we were old pals. She was laughing at my jokes, she was cutting jokes around me, and there was really no awkward lull in the conversation. Just one sort of topic led to the other, and
James,
she seemed to really.
Look, okay, the date sounds great and everything. It sounds awesome, but I want to know about the embarrassing part. That's what I want to talk about right now.
All right. So after we finished breakfast, we didn't have anything to do for a while, so I said, let's just go for a drive. Just to drive. No expectations, no nothing like that. So she said, fine, let's do it. That sounds like a great idea. So we hop in my car, and we're driving around, and we're stopping at, really nice little parks and little things here and there that just are nice to look at. And so while we're driving and we're joking around, and I start to, as playfully, nothing expected, but playfully just tickle her side, nudge her in the side, see she's ticklish. So I just tickle her here, tickle her there, just goofing around, sort of a flirty kind of thing.
Real quick, James, was she into that? Because tickling somebody on a first date, to me, sounds kind of strange.
Tickling somebody that you've dated for a year even is hard sometimes.
I mean, I know it was a little bit weird, but I mean, she was laughing. She seemed to have a good time. She never told me to stop or push me away or anything.
Okay.
Right.
And as she's laughing, as I'm having a good time, she let one fly.
And what did she do after she farted on your first date?
She turned the reddest color of red you've ever seen in your life.
Did you keep tickling her? Did you say anything? Did you try to act like you didn't notice it?
Because, I mean, it wasn't like a silent one where maybe you heard it. Like, there was no doubt that you heard it and it was from her.
Did you start laughing? I mean,
I did not know. It's like you put the mute button on the car.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's so hard not to sometimes, though, because farts are so funny.
I wouldn't have known how to react in that situation. I think I would have just acted like it didn't happen. But obviously, it's one of those situations where, like, if you're on an elevator and you smell something, you're like, one of us did it.
Yeah.
And
nobody make eye contact.
Nobody just like will pretend. But unfortunately,
I mean, the elevator is safer because, I mean, in a car with two people, it's a pretty short process of elimination.
Well, I was gonna say, and unfortunately, you're stuck with her now because you're on a date. So
yeah, so I mean, you could tell she was really embarrassed. She was like slinking down in her seat. She was trying to to get as close to the door as possible. Like, she was so embarrassed, and I mean, it happens. I mean, these things happen. It's what happens inside of us. And I was trying to tell her, like, it's okay. You got nothing to worry about. Everyone does it. I do it. We all read that book growing up. You know? So it's just a natural thing.
And what was her response to that?
She was, she was like, thank you. I understand. It's just really embarrassing. And she could tell that I was trying to help her, but I felt bad for her. I really did, because she was really beating herself up about it, and she didn't really have a reason to. But I mean, I understand where she was coming from.
Now, I'm assuming your date ended shortly after that.
It did. I asked her if she wanted to keep driving or if she wanted to call it, and she said, I think, I really had a great time, but I need to get going. I got stuff to do. So we drove back to the restaurant where we had breakfast, and that's where her car was, and we sort of did that, awkward goodbye where we both kind of still have the seatbelts on, but we hugged across the gear shift,
that's so awkward.
passenger to the driver's side.
Right. Okay.
And I asked her, can I call you or can I text you? Can I see you again? And she told me she would text me or she would call me.
And you haven't heard anything from her at all?
No, not a thing.
Have you tried to get a hold of her?
Yeah, I've texted her a couple times, and I called her once, and it went right to voicemail. But otherwise, nothing.
Okay.
I can't imagine being so embarrassed about one fart that you wouldn't ever call a guy again,
girls-
especially when the guy is expressing so much interest
Yeah, but
in you.
girls
Still.
don't fart. Like,
Yeah.
we don't think about that.
And if she wasn't embarrassed before, now all of Seattle knows that she did it.
Very embarrassed now. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks, man.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, James, I think I know how you screwed up on your first date.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was thinking about it. James wants us to call this girl named Lauren today. They went out on a breakfast date. And it was all good and everything else, but the most important part of the date that we need to remember is she farted on their first date because he was tickling her, and then she was very embarrassed about that, and the date ended shortly after, and he thinks that she's not calling him back because she's embarrassed. And she probably was very embarrassed, and I think, James, the mistake that you made on your date was after she did that, after she tooted, you just try to make her feel better by consoling her, being like, oh, don't worry about it, everybody does it. What you should have done was fart yourself.
Absolutely.
Louder than her. And then you guys could have like a little fart battle in the car, and then it would be cute. Be like, see, everybody does it, you know?
That's actually a good idea.
If I had that talent, I might have.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you could do it on command. All right, you ready to call her and see if the reason that she isn't calling you back is because of Fartgate?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Dial the phone right now.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lauren, please?
This is she.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Where are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. Why are you calling?
I'm
sorry.
calling because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then aren't calling them back, and they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask if something went wrong.
Okay, I didn't email anyone.
I know you didn't email
I
us.
didn't give the... Okay.
Somebody emailed us about you, though.
About me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
His name is James.
Oh, my God.
You remember going out with James?
You know what? I don't think this is a good idea for me to talk to you.
Really? Can I just tell you real quick what he said about you? Because I really would like for you guys to go out again because he liked you a lot.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have said anything about me.
Okay. Well, he told us about your first date, and he told us about the embarrassing incident.
What do you mean?
Well, he said that during the date, he was kind of tickling you, and you're messing around, and then you passed gas.
Oh, Lauren. He told you that?
Yes, he did.
It's okay, don't be embarrassed.
But it's not a big deal, and that's why we're
First of all, it's not even about being embarrassed. I cannot believe he would. So, what was the whole point of him calling you and he called you to tell you that so you could just embarrass me on the radio?
No, not at all, Lauren. He called and told us that because when we do this segment, we always talk to people about the date that they went on to figure out if there's anything awkward that happened.
Well, that's really messed up. He shouldn't have told you that because it's private.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. The only reason he told us that, though, was because he thought that's why you weren't calling back because you were embarrassed.
This is so up. He should be embarrassed. He's a complete weirdo. Like, I thought he was a psycho, and obviously he is.
Why do you think he's a psycho?
First of all, it was like weird that he was tickling me, by the way. That's like so weird.
I thought that. Okay, so you sound like you don't like him very much. Before we let you...
I mean, like, I'm sorry. If you would like to know what a weirdo he is, I'm happy to tell you because obviously he has no problem calling a radio station and telling them something personal about me.
I would love to hear what a weirdo he is. And I'm sorry. You shouldn't be embarrassed. We're not trying to embarrass you at all.
No.
It's more just so James can know why you're not calling him back.
Well, so we went out for breakfast on our date because, like, I wanted to make sure he wasn't a weirdo. And it was actually nice. And then he wanted to know if I wanted to take a drive. It was a really nice day out. And on the drive, it was beautiful. It was like the perfect day. And so we just stopped at some parks. Like, we just stopped at various places. But then when we got to one, like, place and he pulled over. And I was like, oh, I thought he was going to try to make out with me. And he told me that he had something he wanted to show me. So he got out of the car and I got out of the car, and he walked me back to the trunk of the car.
Oh my gosh.
That is scary already.
What was going through your mind at that moment?
I was worried that there was going to be like a sledgehammer, but I was hoping it would be like, I don't know, like maybe he was getting a jacket or something. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe he's getting a jacket.
Right.
So he opened the trunk and he pulled out an urn.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
like a silver urn.
Weird.
And he said, "This is really important to me. Like, this is really special to me. This is my father."
What?
Whoa.
I was like, yeah.
That's a little bit heavy for a first date.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what to think. I was just silent. Like, I didn't even ask anything. I didn't want to know anything about it at that point.
Yeah.
And then he just says, because my father really loved birds, and so whenever I drive to someplace beautiful and see bird feeders, I stop because it was his final wish that I sprinkle his ashes into the bird feeders so he can be free with the birds.
Oh wow. That is...
That's a lot.
That's kind of weird. I mean...
It's so f***ing weird.
If that's his father's last wishes, that's one thing. But to do that with you on a first date, like, hey, we're going to share this special experience and feed my dad's father's ashes to some birds, I could see how that would kind of turn you off a little bit, Lauren.
That's at least third date material. Come on.
Yeah.
Did you guys spread ashes together?
Yeah, because I was afraid he was going to kill me. Because I was like, how did his father die? Like, did he kill his dad? Like,
Yeah.
Not natural causes, bro.
Wow. All right. I can see why that turns you off then, Lauren. That's kind of strange.
yeah, I was just like so relieved, honestly, when I got home and I was not dead.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Lauren.
Yeah.
He's also on the other line right now.
Are you serious?
I am. I'm sorry.
Hi, Lauren.
Oh my God.
I'm just a little offended that, I decided to open myself up and let you in on something, personal and special to me, and then you judge me by it,
What? First of all, here's the thing. I'm really sorry to hear about your dad, but you need to understand that that's actually nuts, what you did. Like, I didn't even know your dad was dead. Like, if we've been dating for a while, fine, maybe. But not only was it our first date, it was the first time that I met you. Like, so did you know we were going to do that? Like, that's weird.
No, I had no intention, but when we were driving and I saw the birds and I said,
Yes,
this
there's
would be a
birds
great
everywhere.
time
You like pull over every time you see a bird?
make good to my dad, and at the same time, see what kind of connection I have with this girl that I had a great time at breakfast with, had a great time talking to, had a great time driving with, and I thought, maybe she was kind of real. Maybe she was a little bit deeper than just a puddle, that maybe she might understand what I was doing.
Serious? Because I am weirded out when you pulled out an urn on our first date. I'm shallow.
It's a little bit because you can't understand why I'm doing it.
It is weird that you would take me to the trunk of your car, pull out an urn of your dad's ashes on our first date, and then feed the birds with it.
I mean, I didn't get weird when, you told me about all these traditions you have with your grandma and all these other things.
Yeah, that is different. I was telling you what we used to make on Thanksgiving. If I told you that she was dead and I baked her ashes into a pie and ate it every Thanksgiving, then it would be the same.
Must I remind you that I overlooked the fact that you completely stunk up my car?
That is so up. Like, by the way, it's like completely weird also to tickle people on the first date. Like,
Oh, yeah, we forgot about the tickling thing.
Very true.
Well, it sounds like you two just had a wonderful time together, and that would mean that I need to ask Lauren if she would like to go on a second date with James. We'll pay for you on a second date. No? You answered before I was even done asking the question, Lauren.
No, I'm sorry. I just can't. I understand that this is very personal to him, but I cannot.
All right. James, I'm sorry, man. No second date for you.
Can't blame a guy for trying, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe just wait a little while to bust out your dad's ashes on a date,
I could probably try that out.
Yeah, try that, and then also wait a little while to bust out the tickling on a date.
Yes.
She should not order the burrito.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
This show is not sponsored by Tinder, you know, the dating app.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of the second date updates, they should probably sign on as a sponsor.
You think?
Since Tinder has erupted on the scene, we get so many emails for second date updates from people who have met off of Tinder. Just like today's second dater, Derek, who is on the phone. He met the girl that he wants us to call today on Tinder. What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. What is her name, first of all?
Her name is Violet.
Violet.
Oh, Violet. And what made you swipe right?
She's adorable, gorgeous, really, and she's crazy quirky.
Could tell that
You
off.
can tell that off from her picture. She's crazy quirky.
Yeah,
and
she
I was
had
like,
glasses on.
Yeah, I think on Tinder, basically, whatever makes you swipe right is the fact that they are hot, and you thought, hey, maybe there's a chance that we'll swipe right too, and then we can both agree to
But you,
meet somewhere. You don't ever look at a picture and go, she has a great personality. Not on Tinder.
She just looked really goofy in the picture, and it was different than all the other, like, when you put a bikini on and press my boobs together pictures.
You still swiped right on those, but this one you swiped right on because you felt like she was going to be funny. So anyway, she obviously liked your picture too, and then you guys started talking. How long did you talk before you actually met up?
We chatted on Tinder for like a day and a half, and then we texted each other for a couple of days, and then we decided to actually meet up downtown for dinner.
And had you gone on a Tinder date like this before, or is this new territory?
I had made plans that had fallen through, and then I went on one coffee date, but I'd never actually committed to the full dinner date yet, no.
All right, and obviously you're on the phone for a second date update, so you must have liked her a lot.
I did, yeah. She, like I said, great personality. She's hilarious. She is studying to be a nurse right now, and my mom is actually a nurse. So I know this sounds really weird, but I saw a lot of similarities between them.
Oh,
Okay.
You don't have like a creepy love for your mom though, right?
Well, that's what they always say. is-
Everybody ends up with their parent.
They always say that you want to find somebody like your mom, right? Which has been hard for me because nobody out there kisses like my mom. Nobody. It's difficult. So you had a lot of similarities between her and your mom. Obviously, you're a big fan of your mom, so you were a big fan of her too. Now, did anything happen on the date? Anything that you can think of as a reason that you'd be getting blown off?
I mean, I keep replaying it over and over, but, like, dinner went awesome. We even got coffee afterwards because we still wanted to talk to each other, and we even had a second date. A couple days after that, we walked around downtown together, different bookstores and little shops and things. And
Oh, so you guys have hung out a couple times.
yeah, and then we texted the day after that, and then, boom, just nothing. I haven't heard anything from her.
So the last time you hung out, how did you end things?
Well, I took her back to her apartment, and we said goodbye. We actually kissed.
Uh-huh. It was the first kiss?
Yeah. And she even texted me afterwards, said, like, I had a really great time today. And we texted a couple times after that, and then it's been about 5 days now, and I haven't heard anything.
What's your theory as to why she's not getting back to you?
I have no idea. I mean, I kind of have, like, a creeping suspicion that a girl like her maybe has, a couple Tinder dates lined up at a time, and
She has other options.
yeah, and then maybe I was not the option she wanted to go with, or I don't know.
When you meet somebody off of an app like Tinder, it's primarily a hookup app. Some people meet dates off it, but it's primarily that's what it's used for. So if I met somebody off that, I'd be thinking the same thing. So that's what you feel like might be going on?
Kinda, I guess, but she never really seemed too like preoccupied or anything. So I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if she did anything to make you think that, or that's just what you're assuming.
I mean, she was on her phone a lot, but no more than anyone else our age. So.
And hopefully you stayed away from the comparisons to your mom on the first date, right?
Oh, yes.
Lydia says that, and it sounds like a ridiculous question, but trust me, with as many second date updates we've done, it's not. You didn't sit there and harp about how she's just like your mom, because that could
call her mommy.
Yeah, that could scare people.
Call her mommy.
Tell me you did not do that.
No, I mean, I didn't call her mommy or anything.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
Perfect.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I've been speculating on what could have gone wrong on Derek's date. Derek is on the phone with us right now for a second date update. He went out with a girl named Violet. They met off of Tinder. They actually hung out a few times, but now she's not calling him back, and he can't think of any reason why. Nothing weird happened, no strange conversations, nothing. Derek, here's what I think you did wrong on your date. You ready?
Okay.
I think that the fact that you haven't made a move to try to hook up with her has made her go away. Because you met her off of Tinder, and if you meet anybody off of Tinder, you're supposed to have sex with them in the first 5 minutes of meeting them.
Is that the time limit?
Yeah, and you hung out with her like twice without even really doing anything. You kissed once, but that's it. Do you think that maybe you screwed yourself by trying to be a gentleman?
I mean, I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. I didn't think she was that type of girl, but I mean, I guess that could be it.
Just goes to show you need to change your way of thinking, Derek. Every girl is that type of girl from now on. All right, whenever you go out. All right, man. I'm about to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, get your second date update.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello?
Hey, Violet, it's Jack.
I'm sorry, who?
Jack, we met off Tinder. What up, girl? Remember me?
No.
You don't? We totes hung out like 5 times.
Sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
No, hey, Violet, don't hang up. This is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5.
Okay.
We've never met on Tinder before. Do you listen to the radio show at all?
I mean, I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. Okay. You recently went out with one of our listeners, and now you're not calling him back, and he likes you a lot and would love to see you again. But since you're not answering his calls, he asked us to call you and see if we can get you on the phone and ask if there's something wrong with him. His name is Derek.
Okay.
You remember meeting Derek off of Tinder?
Yeah.
Derek says he's been trying to get a hold of you for a little while after you guys hung out a few times. Do you not like Derek?
Well, he's a liar, and I really don't deal with liars.
Oh.
What do you mean that he's a liar?
Everyone I meet on Tinder is a liar. And I really don't have time for guys like that.
Do you mind telling us what you think? I don't mean to say what you think because that assumes that he didn't lie. Do you mind telling us what he lied about?
Well, Derek told me he had Seahawks tickets and that he was going to take me to the next game. And then the game came and went, and guess what? No invite.
Wait.
So, okay, Violet, you feel like he lied to you about inviting you to the Seahawks game?
Yeah, obviously. He probably doesn't even have Seahawks tickets. He's probably just trying to make himself look good, being all like, oh, yeah, I have Seahawks tickets, baby. I want to take you.
But don't you think maybe he could have invited you to another game? Like you may be jumping the gun, assuming that he's just a lying jerk right away?
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Jubal?
Jubal. I didn't call you. You called me.
True.
Okay, and I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
He told me that he had Seahawks tickets and that he was going to take me to the next game. So he's a liar because he didn't do that.
Did you?
He is a liar, just like every other guy I've dealt with, okay?
Did you ask him about the game afterwards, or?
Honestly, I don't even want to talk to him anymore because, like I said, I just don't deal with that.
Wow, okay. It just, you sound so upset. And you don't really have proof that he doesn't have tickets, right? He just didn't invite you. I'm just a little confused.
Okay, what don't you understand about the fact that he told me he was going to take me somewhere and then he never invited me? That's the lie.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Violet. Thank you for explaining it to me that way. I do understand now. And I agree. I wouldn't want to go out with somebody that lied to me either, especially if they strung me along with like going to a Seahawks game or something and then never invited me. So I understand why you don't want to call Derek back.
Finally, you get it. How many times do I have to explain this to you?
Hey, Violet, I'm just...
Don't judge me and don't call me anymore,
Violet,
okay?
Violet, I'm not judging you at all. I'm actually on your side. I'm saying if he lied to you, then you have every right to be upset at him. Okay?
Whatever.
I don't,
Hey, Violet, before I let you go, I know I can sense...
I'm sorry, who's the girl back there? Who's the girl? She keeps making those snarky comments?
Yeah, that's me.
Violet,
Hi,
Violet, I can sense that you want to hang up the phone, but I just hang on for 1 second, okay?
What else do you have to say? I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you. What the else do you have to tell me?
I don't have anything else to say to you, but Derek does.
Hey, Violet.
Derek?
Yeah? What the hell?
What the hell? You call me into this radio station after you lie to me about the tickets?
What the are you talking about? I didn't lie to you. I have season tickets. Damn, we've
and
been
you told
talking
me you were
for a
going to
little
take
under.
me to the
No,
game.
I'm talking. We have been talking for a little under 2 weeks now, Yeah, I have season tickets. I didn't take you to that game because I'd already promised that to my best friend. You know, I assumed that you knew, since you seem like such a damn big Seahawks fan, that there's going to be more than one home game.
Derek, you told me you were going to take me to a game, and then you didn't.
I was going to take you to the next game, but that now. You know, maybe you should let people on Tinder know that you're such a selfish before they start talking to you. That you're just trying to whore yourself out for Seahawks tickets.
Whoa! I feel like it's
swinging. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even believe that you have tickets, okay?
You know, I'm sorry. I assumed you weren't a card. You knew that there was more than one damn home game.
Oh, my God. That's my favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I know how this show works, and usually ask her if she wants to go on a second date, but screw that.
You don't want a second date? Hey, Violet, I was just about to ask if you will go out
not.
with... Well, maybe she wants a second date. Violet, do you want to go out with Derek again?
That's a dumbass question, okay?
Got it.
I do not deal with liars, and I know one when I smell one. I'm done.
That was quick. That was a quick second date update, short and to the point. Derek... Did you know she was a psycho? Because you sounded like you liked her a lot. Did she show any signs of that when you were on your date?
No, I so blown away right now. I had no idea. God.
She must be really hot and you weren't paying attention or something because that was intense.
Mm-hmm. No, that's like two different people. That's just ridiculous.
I thought I was a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so she basically thought that you lied to her about having Seahawks tickets and then felt so entitled. That's the other thing that gets me too. She just felt like, this guy has Seahawks tickets. He didn't invite me. He's a liar. He's a liar and a douchebag, and I don't want to see him.
That's such an expensive date too. She just expected you to give her one of your tickets?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. She asked if I was a fan. I told her that she should come to a game with me sometime since I have season tickets. And I didn't set a date or anything, or we didn't pick out a specific game.
What? Derek, you lied to her. Jeez. How dare you? Well, obviously you didn't get a second date out of the whole thing, but at least you dodged a big bullet there, I think.
Oh, yes. One big scary psycho bullet.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The woman on the phone for a second date update today refers to herself as a cougar.
Oh.
But apparently, one of the cubs has left the den, and Mama needs to find him. That's why she's on the phone for a second date update. Her name is Patty. What's up, Patty?
Hi.
Hey.
Whoa, Patty, are you excited about that intro?
That was a really good intro.
Okay, so you embrace all of this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, tell us about the cub that's run away from you and that you need to track down. What's his name?
His name's Martin. He's in his early 20s, and I met him online.
I love cougars because the first thing they always bring up is age.
Yeah.
What's your guys' age gap?
Well, I will say roughly that I'm over 10 years older than him.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Significantly so. I'm not going to be specific because a lady never tells.
Okay.
All right, so you met him online, and what did you guys do when you met up?
Well, we met him at a bar, and I mean, it was really cute. He was carded because I was next to him. I was carded too. I'm normally not, so I thought that was adorable. And he was just he was this cute little cub, and we talked about going to the gym and stuff. We joked around because I don't know. I thought it was hilarious because I think it's ridiculous when people get on the elliptical and put on the lowest level. And then they look like they're flying on the elliptical because they're not actually supposed to sprint.
Yeah, they're just going super fast.
Yeah, it looks so stupid. And we just laughed about gym stuff. And we found out that we actually go to the same gym.
Wow.
Okay, wait, though. Can we rewind just a second? It sounds like you were turned on that he was carded because he looked so young. How young do you like your men?
I mean, legal.
Yeah.
That sounds a good thing.
I just do you guys have things in common? Besides the gym, did you find other common ground?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. We both like having fun. We like to
both like having fun.
I mean, zip lining, bungee jumping, stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
definitely, like, the fun stuff, going on, vacation. And
All right, so you're pretty interested in him.
yeah, absolutely. He's a lot of fun. He's really funny. He was really, really cute.
And he was cool with your age difference?
Yeah. I mean, he did know that I was older going into it, but, he was a little bit reluctant. I mean, he was a little shy and maybe a little nervous, but, I made him feel at home, made the cub feel comfortable.
Well, it doesn't sound like you made him feel comfortable enough because now he's not calling you back.
Oh, well, touche. I mean, we did talk about kids. He asked me if I had any kids, and I told him I didn't, and I wasn't interested in having them. I don't know, maybe that might have been too early to have that conversation, and maybe that made it a little awkward.
Or maybe he's looking for a partner, and he's not just looking for a fun night out. I mean, maybe a partner that wants to have kids with him. I'm sorry. You can have partners without kids, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I think that's totally legitimate. I do, but he's so young.
Right.
Did you talk to him that way too? I'm sure you're so young. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want, do you?
You don't know what you want. Well, I try to keep it fun. I try to keep it simple because, sure, you might be looking for Miss Forever and settling down and whatever, but I mean, like, you haven't found her yet, which means that you're single till then, and we could have fun in the meantime.
Okay.
And I could teach him a lot. I mean, I have experience. I mean, I'd be a great teacher.
Oh, you mean like teach him in the bed? Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, I can teach him in any room.
Not just the bedroom. Okay. That's awesome. I like you, Patty. All right, well, how did everything end with you and Martin?
Well, after, like, the bar and everything, he walked me to my car, and I thought that he was having a great time, especially because, like, right then we started making out, and it was hot.
did?
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah,
It was passionate. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And, like, I kind of was like, hey, well, then why don't you just, like, come over, you can check out my place, and we can, start our first lesson.
Did you say that?
No, but I was just, like, thinking about it.
Okay.
Like, young guys are so inexperienced, and I can help them out with that.
So what did he say to that? Did he go back to your place?
Well, no, he actually kind of got a little bit more nervous, and I just don't think that he was ready because he was just like, but this is our first date. And I was like, well, it's really not that big of a deal because I want to establish what I want this to be immediately.
Right.
Which is fun. And that's what I like. So that's what I think any guy would like, especially no strings attached, no pressure. So we had another date set, and he canceled like a couple hours before. And I kind of feel frustrated because I just don't think he realizes the benefits of, like, dating a cougar.
Yeah. And there's the teaching. There's the teaching that you can do.
There's definitely the teaching.
All right. Well,
Definitely the teaching.
we will play a song and then we'll come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Great.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Welcome back to today's second date update. As the regal cougar waits in the midst for the young doe to come lapping at the lake so she can pounce on him and make him her love slave.
Wow.
I'm talking, of course, about Patty, who's on the phone. She's a cougar, and apparently she went out with a cub the other day, but this dude is now not calling her back. They went out to a bar. They had fun, some drinks, everything else. She actually invited him back to her place at the end of the night, and he said no, but they did schedule another date, but he canceled shortly before, and now he's not getting back to her. She thinks that he might be scared because she can teach him all sorts of new things that he might not be ready to learn yet. All right. Patty, you ready to get him on the phone?
Yep.
And have you had timid students before, Patty?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I can get them pretty comfortable pretty fast if they give me a chance.
Okay. And so you're not going to be heartbroken if he doesn't want to go out with you. You just want a shot.
Well, I think he's kind of special. Definitely stands out from the other pubs I've gone out with.
Okay.
That's good.
So, I mean, I would really like to have an opportunity to spend more time with him. So, I mean, I would be disappointed, maybe a little hurt if it didn't work out, but we'll see.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
we'll call him right now and then see if we can get you another date. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Martin, please?
This is Martin.
Hey, Martin, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, can you guys take me off your list? I'm sorry, I get these calls all the time.
No, I don't think you get these calls all the time, Martin. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's not a telemarketing call.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, who are you guys with?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, I'm doing good. This is
So anyway, got a survey. I got a survey. Wondering if you can take that real quick for us.
He's kidding. Martin, he's kidding. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Martin, the reason we're calling is because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. And you went out with somebody who listens to our show recently.
What?
Her name is Patty.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. And Patty told us a little bit about your date. She said that she liked you a lot, but apparently you canceled on her before you guys were supposed to go out again, and now you're not really getting back to her.
What? Okay.
Is that not true?
I mean, yeah, that did happen, yes.
Were you planning on getting back to Patty and rescheduling and actually going out with her?
I mean, to be honest, no, not really.
Was there like a specific reason, or do you just not feel it?
I mean, this is really weird. I'm sorry. I mean, it's kind of a personal thing, to be honest. Like, I don't even think she'd really want me to share with you guys, so.
Well, I can understand that, but she also asked us to make this phone call, and we tell everybody who does one of these second date updates that they have to be prepared to hear whatever it is the person on the other line says. So,
yeah,
do you mind telling us? Because she's just confused.
Oh, she asked you guys? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she wants you to share. Whatever you think she doesn't want you to share, she wants you to share that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, okay, she's like a little older. I don't know if you guys know, like how much you guys know, but
yeah, she's very proud that she's a cougar.
Mm-hmm. She's over 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so she's kind of giving you a little. Well, yeah, and I'm frankly just kind of worried she won't be able to keep up. If you know what I mean.
Like on a hike? What do you mean?
Well, no, not a hike. Maybe a hike too, but just like. Every day, kind of in general, maybe some bedroom stuff, how. So
what? Wait, hold up. How old is Patty? Do you think that she's like 75?
Is she elderly?
I mean, I know she's a lot older than me, and I'm in my early 20s. So there's a big difference between pace, energy, and all that stuff.
Right.
So.
Okay. So you just think that you're too young for her because she won't be able to keep up with you.
Exactly, yeah, for sure.
So,
have you dated any women that are older than you before?
Yeah, I have, and that's actually how I know. It didn't work out for that reason, and she said, everything would be fine, and she was so excited about it and everything, and it's just like, it's kind of terrible how that happened, and so I don't want that to happen again with her.
So wait, you dated a woman that just got too tired in bed?
Things were really great for the first 2 weeks, but then after that, she just kind of started falling off, and things were less frequent and less energetic, less enthusiastic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Martin, I have a feeling that Patty's going to disagree with you, but we should just ask her about that because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Hi, Martin.
Are you freaking kidding me?
How you doing, hon? Surprise.
Yeah, so this is all set up, I guess, huh? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you weren't getting back to me, so I did kind of want to find out. And I get your concern, but this is something I can definitely put. You can put your fears aside, sir. Between my Pilates, yoga, and weightlifting, it wasn't too long ago that I could still hang on to the ceiling fan. So I don't think that you have anything to worry about.
There you go, Martin.
I can't keep up with Patty.
I'm telling you, I'm in the best shape I've been in my entire life. I could outperform myself in my 20s, 30s easily today.
Yeah, girl.
What do you have to say to that, Martin?
All right, but you say this now. You say you're going to have a ton of energy now. and like everything's gonna go great. But I mean, the reality is you're not in your early 20s anymore, and that's exactly what happened with my ex. And so I just don't want that to happen again. And that's what she said. She made all these promises and everything, and it just wasn't great. So
I mean, I don't know what crotchety old lady that you used to date, but I'm not anybody's grandma. Okay.
Yeah, and that ceiling fan though, Martin.
Yeah.
That ceiling fan comment does nothing for you.
I mean, okay, yeah, it did for sure. But I mean, she's just like my ex. She's talking a big game. Like, it's just talk, you know, and there was no, and I'm just really skeptical that she can back that up.
I have a feeling it's a challenge that she's ready for.
Exactly. I mean, it's something that I'm definitely ready for, but maybe this is something that you're not ready for. Maybe this isn't about me. Maybe you're putting it all on me and you're actually, you know, I don't know, intimidated or threatened.
Yeah, what are you, chicken, Marty? You scared, Marty?
Okay,
good
so this
point.
is like classic. You're trying to spin this around on me as if I'm not the energetic one and I'm not ready for what you have to handle. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
It does, though. It does, though. If you've slept with a guy who's in his early 20s and if you've slept with a guy that's a little bit older than that, it does make sense.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, experience makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and a lot of guys can be very easily threatened by having to do more than just lay there. So, I mean, if that's something that you're into, then maybe we're not going to work out.
What the hell, Patty? Like, I can absolutely bring the power. Like,
Bring the power.
I mean, this is like another one of your manipulative ways. I know that you're just trying to get me riled up. Of course, I have the energy in me, but it is kind of, you know, insulting.
Well, I mean,
for you to say
that remains to be seen.
Yeah,
There is no proof.
All you're saying is words, Marty.
Yeah.
Where's the power?
What
Yeah.
if you're just like her ex, okay, that couldn't bring it?
What are y'all talking about? Like, all she's saying are just words. Like, I can actually prove it.
Oh, okay. Well, then, Martin, how about you prove it? Would you like to go out on a second date with Patty? We will pay for it.
All right, here's the deal. Patty, so you're saying that if we do this, 2 weeks come, like, you're going to, like, the fire's going to still go, and you're not going to be worn out after a while.
Hey, I mean, as long as you bring the tinder, I've got the gasoline.
Oh my God! Dude, is this a second date update or like Brooke and Jubal's like brothel experience? Like, I feel like we're pimps right now.
You know, I could have hooked up with her the first night when we hung out, and I didn't. And that was because I got the sense that she was a little, you know, slower, I guess, older maybe. And I don't know. So if you're going to talk a big game like that and you're ready to bring the fire and, you know, you're actually giving this a fight. You actually called this radio station to get a hold of me. So, sure, yeah, let's make this work.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, sweetie. Well, that's awesome. We'll meet up. Just make sure that you bring the Gatorade so that you can keep your strength up, okay?
Sure. Get those electrolytes in, Martin.
I feel like it needs an energy
Well,
bar.
Yeah, it's a successful second date update.
Cool.
Congratulations, both you guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Wow.
I don't know what that was, Patty, but all I know is I'm going to go take a cold shower now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592. Well, lots of texts in that kind of say the same thing. If Patty ends up getting tired of Martin, they'd be willing to take it for a test run. If you missed today's second date update, Patty, she calls herself a cougar, and she's proud of it. She wanted to call Martin, a dude who's a lot younger than her, because he wasn't calling back after they went out on a date. We got him on the phone, and the reason that he wasn't calling her back was because he felt that he was too young and she couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And not like he walks faster than her, like she couldn't keep up in the bedroom. Yeah. And then she made a lot of comments about how he can't keep up in the bedroom.
She basically like patted on him. She basically patted him on the head and said, "That's cute, honey."
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's sweet.
I feel like it was reverse psychology on both of them. It's like, no, I'm crazy. No, I'm crazy in bed. Oh, you want to find out?
Yeah, whatever is going to happen is not going to be safe because both of them are going to be trying to prove a point. So good job for those guys because we haven't had a couple actually go out for a second date in a while. We've had a lot of people turn each other down, but
it's going to be steamy.
They are.
I mean,
they're getting together
are we
for a
really
second
going to
date.
pay for a dinner on this one? Because I don't even know that they need that.
Yeah.
Hospital bills.
Yeah.
We'll pay for the hospital bills after one of them sprains an ankle for sure. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Where are some of the sexiest places to meet people? There's always the circus,
What?
No.
the city dump, and of course, an elevator.
Oh.
You got the elevator music just blasting. You guys are looking at each other, and that's when you seize the moment and hit the emergency stop button.
Yeah.
And look at them and go, we're not going anywhere until love shows up. And then you just wait it out, and either you guys connect or the firefighters show up and get you out of there, and you probably have to face some legal action. But that's where Eileen met the guy that she wants to call today on the elevator of love.
Oh.
What's up, Eileen?
You know, elevators are kind of sexy, by the way.
Aren't they?
I agree.
There's mirrors. There's mirrors on the ceiling, so technically, if you look up, you can see down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fantasies that involve elevators.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, congratulations to you, Eileen. You fulfilled a lot of people's fantasy. How did you meet this dude on the elevator?
Well, come to find out, we were on the slowest elevator ever, where every single floor someone was getting in and pushing a stupid button. And it was a lot of old people that just couldn't take the stairs, so it was hard to get mad.
Yeah.
But Paul, looked at me and he's like, well, I guess I should just get out my laptop and do my work from here.
Okay.
Oh, so he's a jokester. You guys shared a little joke together.
Yes, he was a little snarky, and it's not often that you meet snarky people in a business setting, and it was nice.
So this is an elevator in your office building?
Yeah, exactly.
And had you ever run into this guy before?
No, I mean, I've seen him around a few times, but we had never, had a reason to talk.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think he was hitting on you right away, or was he just trying to make small talk for boring purposes?
I mean, he was obviously very flirty, and we went on a date, so I'm assuming that was his attempt at hitting on me.
He could have not been hitting on you at all. Yeah, he's just like, how'd I end up on a date with this girl?
Well, you could have asked him out. I don't know.
How'd you guys finally get around to going out? Did you ask for his number? Did he ask for your number?
He was just elevator boldness all the way through. I mean, we had enough time in the elevator to kind of chit chat. And he's like, listen, I'd love to have your number. And I was like, yeah, totally. Why not?
What did you guys do when you went out?
Oh, we went to this super cute pizza place.
All right. And how was the super cute pizza?
It was super quiet. It was actually really uncomfortable. The food was delicious. But on a first date, we should have definitely just gone to a bar.
Really?
It was so quiet.
Was it an awkward first date then?
No, it was just so when you just want to be a little silly and cute and coy and sexy, and instead the family is sitting next to you quietly listening because they've run out of conversation.
People that can hear your first date combos.
Dude,
yeah,
I love
understand that
listening in
completely.
on first dates when I'm at a restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm that person that is totally oh my God, do you think that they're going to go out again? What do you think?
So was it a good date though?
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast. It just, I mean, listen, he was super cute. He picked me up from my house, which I thought was very classy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a big fan of dental health. And he obviously flossed his teeth, which I think is super sexy. Really, there's something, it means he cares. He takes time out of his day to care about himself. And I just love that. And he had the most delicious laugh, just sexy, caramely, masculine.
I feel like I'm attracted to him after a description like that. Let's get this guy on the phone.
Never
now,
heard of a
please.
laugh being described as caramely, but I like it.
So sexy.
So how did the date end?
Well, he drove me home. He said he had a great time, and I was like, why don't you come in and have a drink? Since we didn't really get a chance to talk. And he was super into it, so we came in, we had a glass of wine, and then he kind of bailed. That was the one thing that was a little weird.
Wait, how quickly did he bail once he got to your place?
I guess it was I don't know, however long it took to drink a glass of wine. He didn't stay for a second glass of wine.
Okay, that's not very long.
Yeah.
And were you expecting him to stay the night?
No. I made it, once we got inside, I literally toasted him with, here's to first dates, not first hookups.
All right, so you made it very clear that you were not going to mess around that night.
No, I'm a classy lady.
Do you think that's why he bailed though? Maybe he had different expectations?
That's my nightmare. I hope not, because I really felt like we had a fun time and we connected, and I just hope he's not a sleazeball that just bails if he doesn't get hooked up with.
Any other reason beside that you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I know I can be a little aggressive, and that can kind of be a turnoff for people.
You didn't shout at him on your date, did you?
Shout at him for real?
Yeah, you didn't yell at him.
I don't think
think she meant aggressive like that.
I mean, I definitely took the last slice of pizza.
Oh, no, you said aggressive. I'm just making sure you didn't get yell at him in the pizza place or yell at him at your house or get just kind of aggro on the dude.
I don't know. God, now I have to think about that.
Now there's a whole new thing to think about. All right, well.
Oh, no.
Hang on. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, awesome.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, I'm personally still confused what a caramely laugh sounds like. Eileen is on the phone with us. She described the guy that she wants to call today as having very good hygiene because she could tell that he flosses. She liked that about him. She said he was quick-witted, funny, and had a caramely laugh, which I'm thinking probably sounds like this.
No. Yeah,
Is that right? Is that right,
Have you ever
Eileen?
eaten caramel before? Do you even know what caramel is?
Apparently
That's what I would describe as a caramely laugh.
Okay, so the person laughing in the background is not a caramely laugh.
That's not a caramely laugh either?
Yeah,
All right,
there
so
it is.
neither of us have caramely laughs, Jose.
Like
All right.
this, like it's like confidence, like a deep-seated confidence, like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. You mean, all right, so it was like,
Yeah, I went on a date with Cookie Monster. Yeah, good job.
All right.
Smooth and sexy right
Okay,
there.
we're about to call him right now. His name is Paul, and Eileen thinks that he might not be calling back because when they got back to her place, they were having a glass of wine, and she cheersed him and said, hey, here's to not hooking up tonight, just letting him know that he's not going to get any. And he left shortly after that. She's hoping that that's not the case because she'd like to see him again, but that's the only reason you can think of.
Other than the fact that I'm a little aggressive, and I might have like asked him to laugh on cue at one point.
Would you like him just like laugh again for me? Oh my God.
Oh God, it was so sexy.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear his caramely laugh. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in like just one of those prank call shows. It's very.
This is not.
Like I'm not very interested.
Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh boy, seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
Whoa.
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Well, you know, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on like America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, you know, she's very engaging and charming. We went out. We had a good dinner. We went back to her place. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say like there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And this is not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were
Well, you can see how, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer and then you're telling us because...
she is a murderer. Okay? Animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to. I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks. Like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. But you can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too. And she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know
angry.
What, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yes.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing, like, an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
It's a lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history, and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more beautiful than just ordering a
natural history so much that you're just going to go out and kill it? That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. You know, probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh, my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some f***ing balls, dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll say it takes a lot more to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh, my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because the last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose, like, solve a math problem like a human did, yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay for it.
I want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, and leave it to a pussy like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real man would have been like,
you need to kill animals to feel good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Oh, my God. Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Oh, my God.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh,
Eileen, I think you scared him off.
Oh, you guys, this is so... I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wow. So many thirsty dudes wanting to take Eileen out. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about the second date update. Eileen wanted to call Paul to find out why he wasn't calling her back. Well, it turns out Paul's not calling her back because she's a hunter and she kills animals and she's a murderer. He called her a murderer. But I say that all the thirsty dudes are texting in at 78592 because every single guy that's always like, I just want a guy's girl. Yeah.
who would chug a beer with me and shoot a boar in the face with an arrow. Then she'll fart. She's the hottest.
All those dudes are texting in right now, being like, hook me up with Eileen. I want to go out with her. She's a hunter. She sounds awesome. I'll go kill animals with her.
We even got a text message that says, I'm a straight woman, but I'd love to date her too.
We got a text in that says, give her my number. She wants a real man. I'm about to go to jail for 2 weeks.
No. Eileen doesn't want
But
that either.
we can go hunting when I get out.
What are you going to hunt, though, bro?
I'll see if I can hook you up, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.